Alrighty. Today we're gonna do the third part of smartPLANT. So we've done the first part of this already. We've done Tegan's laboratory, and now we are on to Julian's apartment. Share some Dr. Wicks, but it's person. So that says the same thing that all the other ones have said, I guess. I know it's been a while since I've looked at this game. Let's get to it.
The front door wasn't even locked? So much for building security. Hope Julian's here, but I've got a spare key just in case. Now, what was his apartment number again?
Okay, let's see here.
Strange, after all these years, I've never been here. It's been one excuse after another. Too busy, too far away. I think he's embarrassed. Such a depressing part of town.
Good. Oh, excuse me for yawning. Since we're looking for a Julian, I'm going to assume it's one I was reading with Julie J. Kim. What's this? This is Jim. He could be your uncle. He could be your father. He could be your husband. He's homeless and he needs your help. Please offer a helping hand by donating to Custadia City Homeless Shelter. Alright. Emma. Stomping out native species since 2037. Alright. Are there no apartment numbers? So burst pipe on the second floor. The mortal nature is seeking as far as is possible to be everlasting and immortal, and it is only to be attained by generation, because the new is always left in the place of the old. Plato. You got the dollars. Well, take care of the living for everything, so says Vitacorp. Cool, yeah? Not. Alright. Do not enter. Police investigation in progress. Trespassers will be prosecuted. For security reasons, the light in this unit must remain on at all times. Why is there a fucking dog barking?
I don't understand. The police have no record of anything happening to Julian. Were they bought off? Damn, there must be some way to get into the apartment to see what's going on.
Thought you had a key, woman. Windows don't do anything. There's a lock, so we can't get in there. Did our journal say anything? Gotta get in. Alright, that's no help. Maybe this blaring music from this apartment? No. Can we get in here? No. Switch on the circuit on the lower right to activate emergency power, electronic warnings, barriers, or other
I probably shouldn't have done that, but my emergency supersedes all others. I'm surprised building management seems so trusting.
You don't do that in real life, people. That's not really, if there's any type of system like that, I don't recommend doing that. Oh, it was a distributor. Alright. So we're in. Can we close this? So it's not obvious. Well, if the lights are on, there's probably cameras in here. I would assume. Alright, living room first. Robbery, not a likely motive. Evidence of a struggle. There's a Ouija board. That always. I didn't know I was playing a paranormal game. That's disgusting. Probably should have taken care of these, although my channel's not monetized, so fascinating creature, this tardigrade, virtually immortal. How does it do it? Alright. So he's researching. I'm sorry. We gotta say bugs, but tardigrade's not a bug. What's this? I have no idea. Utophistum? I'm sorry. To Gilgamesh. When the gods created man, they allotted to him death, but life they retained in their own keeping. Maybe. Alright. Let's do the journal second. Okay. Cascadia City News Review Expose. The death and life of trademarked resurrection. There is a certain irony that Vita Industries, whose name derives from a Latin word for life, should have struggled so much to maintain its own pulse, and yet, ultimately, it has weathered years of ethical controversy and financial setback to remake itself into a powerhouse of psycho-virtual architecture. Just how did it achieve this miraculous reversal in fortunes? 12 years ago, Vita made headlines for attempting to create a system to preserve human consciousness in the cloud. Initial reports indicate a successful company riding the crest of a wave of cutting-edge technology, though it must be noted it was only ever intended as a premium service, especially for those at the point of death. The predatory implications here should be read as an obvious foreshadow. Ultimately, internal leaks from unhappy staff revealed the company to be very cavalier in its treatment of patients. There were confirmed reports of dozens of copies of each patient's consciousness stored in their systems. With no virtual worlds for these consciousnesses to inhabit, the copies gradually degraded and had to be deleted, in a sense. They were insane without stimuli. This led to debate about the ethical and legal ramifications of stored consciousness. If a person becomes part of the cloud, is this new life? Are they still the same person? And there are now multiple versions of that same person. Are they now multiple versions of that same person? This was evidently an area that no one was comfortable debating. Once this information was disclosed, Vita had to immediately close as a result of intense human rights pressure. Soon after, there was a UN declaration that human consciousness must not be copied or preserved. Years went by, and Vita retreated into history as one of many grotesqueries of scientific progress and an ill-advised attempt at the impossible. Yet, Vita still had a number of wealthy backers, and not 10 years later they reopened under new management, perhaps using the shock factor of their name, which still lingered in the public consciousness. Vita quickly forged a new path for itself, this time in psycho-virtual architecture. Its emerging industry, so named for its focus on designing worlds for virtual entertainment and consumption via VR, was a prime use for Vita's expertise and tech. This time, however, instead of playing with human consciousness, they simply tailored virtual spaces for entertainment and business experiences. It was a safer, if less ambitious goal, and it served them well. Vita Industries is now one of the fastest growing companies in the nation and shows no signs of slowing. While a discerning reader might expect a company with this amount of hubris to meet some safe, satisfyingly daedalic end, such is not always the case. Sometimes it seems resurrection is possible. Okay, let's see here. Naked mole rats. So ugly yet so beautiful. Phenomenal survivors. Hopefully that's not the police coming for us. Because we broke into this apartment. Essentially. Drone object of interest. Kidding low on, well, everything restocks. My refrigerator doesn't have that. I think it would be kind of cool, but I'm okay without it. Somebody was a wine drinker. Apparently he was cooking a face hugger from Alien, I think it was. Something biohazard box.
Julian mentioned he had designed a drone with AI. Come to think of it, he sent a weird text message about it. You look so sad and broken. Is your name Talos? Do you understand me, little guy?
Yes.
I don't like what's going on here, so I'm gonna take you with me and fix you up. Julian wouldn't want you to be forgotten.
Shocking news. See you back in the library. Okay. Must be one of those gamers who looks through everything, even if the game's indicating that you don't have to. Alright. So for evidence of a pursuit, the key to immortality. This is serotonin. Biological, I don't know what that's called. We cross infinity with every step. We meet eternity in every second. I like that light. Suspicious documents. We got some x-rays. If only Vida had not changed course, I'd be in an internal state of consciousness right now, but there's still a way. Emmer, my darling. Okay. So this was somebody who agreed with this project, apparently. A fractal is an infinite geometrical pattern, and it shows the same structure no matter how small or large a piece you look at. There are lots of examples in the plant world, such as the spirals of pine cones and sunflowers, or Romanesco broccoli, where as one zooms in, each branch looks exactly like its parent. Okay. And we can't look at the documents. Alright, well, let's terminate that. Alright. Cascadia City Public Library, The Emmer Story, Podcast Series 3 by Anita R. Agarwal, the library staff. Episode 3, an exclusive interview with Dr. Tegan Wicks, Department of Neurobotany, Cascadia Northwest University. Let's listen to this.
You broke into your friend's apartment and stole evidence from an open crime scene?
I suppose. It made more sense in my head.
I don't believe you had any public malfeasance on your record prior to that. Why did you suddenly decide to take that course of action?
The Tegan from a week prior would have stopped and turned around when she saw that police tape. But the news alert and the police refusing to acknowledge anything about him made me suspicious. And I was still pretty angry at getting laid off from Emmer, so I think I was in a rebellious mindset. So I cast caution aside and went for it.
And after you left, what did you do?
Went home again. Actually, I took a few days off from work. I needed time to process everything that had happened.
All right. That didn't take long. Let's go to the next one, which is Emmer's Secret Laboratory, which we can't do yet. Can we do this one? No. Maybe we have to go back to Tegan's cottage and look at record 2. So, alright, let's do this one. Let's check our little journal here. Activate the drone. Question for James. Boost gift plant. Install pressure sensor. Strange communication. Alright. Do the comm glasses do anything? No. Okay. We have a creaky porch. Help. Jules.
What the? I know plants are intelligent and can communicate, but with words? In English? There's something else going on here.
I'll say.
Overcast with chance of rain.
Apparently the post office broke down here or something.
Where is Julian?
Whoa.
Boost.
Oh, it's the little drone guy.
Confusion. Check mailbox.
Well, shit. I don't know what the password is. Oops. Oh, I lost my arrow. There it is. Christ. Sorry. Language warning.
Overcast with chance of rain.
Always love to fill up the shed with new equipment.
I
Those
like
pressure
mail trucks.
sensors will be especially useful.
Where is Julian?
33, 49, 23.
Boost.
Might be a hint.
Confusion.
Nope.
Check mailbox.
Check mailbox.
Overcast with chance of rain. I like mail trucks.
I bet you that's a big clue. Dr. T notes. Carry to shed. Going to assume the shed is up. Footsteps are a bit extreme in this game. Didn't realize that before. We know how you like to brainstorm. You'll have to figure out how to use the boost in your misting system. So get out that pad and pencil. Okay. Corinthium emerius. Huh. Requirements. Direct light for at least 5 hours each day. Porous organic soil amended with sand or perlite. When dry, water until it flows out the drain. No need to add fertilizer. A complete solid release formulation is mixed into the substrate. To fulfill this plant's unique potential, apply Emmer Boost supplemental as required. Notes best administered as an aerosol. Okay.
All good. Now I gotta build my system and add the boost to the tank.
a camera in this game. We just take slow, methodical footsteps. Now there's a lock. Thought this was supposed to be green. Do we do this run? We'll come back to that. I feel like we're missing some stuff.
Where is
inside.
Julian? Boost.
I did that.
Confusion.
I'm confused too. Oh,
Overcast with chance of rain.
reminder to me.
I
Fantastic
like mail trucks.
cockroach model on sale at Buggy. Don't
Where is
Bug
Julian?
Me on Main Street. Get one. No, I don't
Boost.
think I will. This is final reminder. You have not completed the Hammer balance with examples of your contract terminations. Okay. So that was just a threatening letter of some sort. I teach body. Potentials in eggplants. More of this, so okay.
Ah, yes, that reminds me. Compose message to James. Hi, James. Hope the conference is going well. Your materials are on their way. Sorry I didn't respond earlier. Bit of a rough day yesterday. You understand. Oh, and did you move the Utopia bots I had on the bench in the Emmer lab? Can't seem to find them. Send message.
Okay. We need to go back to message because we missed it. Okay. Thanks for the materials, Tegan. I would have taken them myself, but I was pulled away by a family emergency, which turned out to be a false alarm. The whole thing was a bit strange, really. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, I'm sorry to hear about Emmer. I know you enjoyed the work you did there, so very unjust. Okay. And in response to the bots, no, as far as I know, they should be in a tray near the microscope. Bit worrisome. Okay. We can't look at that yet. Pause to read that if you want. We'll get rid of our journal because I guess I'm sure it really doesn't do anything. Any drawers that we need to look at? I haven't really seen too much.
Where is Julian? Boost. Confusion. Rain. I like mail trucks. Where is Julian?
Maybe we didn't do that long enough. I thought it was supposed to be a green mist though. missing something. I feel like we're missing something. Maybe there's something in the shed that we missed. Because that's water. That's not boost. Ow. We actually have to have the. Ugh. Maybe that did it. Aha! So we boosted the plant. Okay, and it says activate drone, install pressure sensor, and a strange communication. I have not found a password to activate the drone yet. I have no idea. I was assuming it's numbers, but it could be letters. Maybe? Let's find out. Let's see if there's anything else in here we can interact with. I think the pressure sensor was supposed to go into shed. No, we're not. Let's slog our way back into the house.
I like mail trucks. Where is Julian?
Something to do with never dying? Typical Julian.
Never dying. Can't be letters. Never dying. I don't want to achieve immortality through work. I want to achieve it through not dying. Look at me go.
That feels better. Hello, Dr. Wicks.
Whoa, what? How do you suddenly know my name?
I have my ways. The real question is, how are we going to get Julian back?
Yeah, but...
My proximity cameras detect that your gift plant is communicating in what appears to be text on its surface. Interesting. Unknown to your colleagues who gave you this plant, I suspect it has been enhanced with Utopia bots. I am aware that Julian ingested your Utopia bots, and because they form a network, he is also part of that network. He is attempting to speak with you through the plant. Crude though it is.
Ingested? Can we go back to that part? And what do you mean by speaking to me? How is any of this possible?
Patience, Dr. Wicks. If we can enable communication with Julian, I'm sure that things will begin to clarify. My understanding is that much more sophisticated communication may be achieved by supplying Boost Utopia bots to the plant. Do you have Boost? Have you checked your mailbox today?
Of course, I'm a mailbox fanatic, even though my last actual letter was received in November 2036.
Here is an idea. Supercharge the plant with more Utopia bots. In sufficient quantity, They can manipulate the hydraulic pressure within plant cells. A pressure sensor should pick that up. I can receive those signals, translate them into English, and present the output as audio.
But why? Sure, why not? Taking orders from a talking drone so that I can communicate with my friend through a plant. This is normal. So normal.
Precisely. If you have not already done so, you will need to build the plant irrigation system to which boost will be added. Make sure the boost and water valves are open. You will also need to insert a pressure sensor into the plant and adjust it to record hydraulic pressure.
Okay, this is a lot to take in. Maybe I should note it down and post it outside near the plant. I think I have some writing paper in the bedroom.
I will meet you at the plant.
I will meet you at the plant. And he's gonna fly through the window. Okie dokie. So we gotta go to the bedroom. This is probably the writing paper, yes. We've already done that. Back when people still had their own letterhead. I guess some professionals still do. I was never professional enough for that. Where is... I feel like there's something that we need to pick up. Maybe not. Let's go outside. Maybe we need to get the other boost can. I don't know where the pressure sensor is. So I don't think it was out there. Ha. We didn't pick it up. Carry to plant. Oh, it's spinning. Okay. Not very well. Doing anything? Should we not stick it in enough? Oh wait, hold on. Maybe we gotta talk to the robot now. Here we go.
I am ready to begin, Dr. Wicks.
So, are you picking anything up? Any communication? Hello, plant? How are you?
Nothing yet. I am not sure. Wait, I'm receiving something now.
Tegan, is that you?
Julian? How? How are you talking to me through a plant?
So, long story. You know the night you got fired from Emmer, and we both got more than a bit tipsy? And I said I'd clean up after you went to bed?
Yes?
So I didn't clean up so much as inject myself with some of the Emmer Utopia bots. Cool, right?
You what? Why? They're not designed for human biology. They could have killed you.
But they didn't. Or I don't think they did. Actually, I don't really know where my body is, or what shape it's in. But I do remember that sometime that night after I went home, someone broke in, and I think they knocked me out. That was the last time I remember being in my body. After that, it was different.
My guess is that your consciousness has somehow fused with the Utopia bots you ingested to become part of the cloud of networked Utopia bots.
Yeah, it's like I'm nowhere but also everywhere at once. I can somehow sense the environment, but not through my regular senses, you know? More like how plants sense, I guess. Temperature, light, gravity.
And that's how you figured out how to find me through the Utopia bot network? By sensing through my Emmer gift plant?
Pretty much. In any case, something's wrong, Tegan. I mean, it can't be just chance that someone broke in immediately after I injected the Utopia bots. What did they want? And why?
Good questions. We're gonna find out.
Alright, all done. So we're going to terminate that. And then let's continue on with the fourth episode of this podcast.
Just to confirm, you're saying that your friend Julian, whom you had suspected of being abducted or killed, was suddenly talking to you through a potted plant. And you realized this through the help of an artificially intelligent drone?
Yes, that's pretty much it. You water your houseplant for a couple of days, then bam, it starts talking to you. Strange times.
That's one way to put it. And you attribute this discovery to Julian's drone that you took from his apartment?
Yes, Talos.
Talos, the ancient Greek automaton reputedly designed to protect the island of Crete from pirates.
You know your mythology.
Well, I try to do my homework before any podcast, especially one that delves into the dark days of Emmer. Let's have a look at the next VR episode. Back to Julian's apartment, I believe, with a mythological drone in tow. Will we find pirates?
Alright. So, not that one. Next one would be Julian's apartment. We're going to stop this recording here. We will be back sooner than later this time around. This is an interesting story. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit skeptical when I first started doing videos for this game, but the plot thickens, so to speak, I feel like, and it is way more interesting than I initially thought it was going to be. So we're definitely going to be revisiting this game again in the very near future. Good job to the developers so far. It's definitely intrigued me, and I feel like we're going to be delving into a bit more of a rabbit hole before all is said and done with this. So until the next one, be safe, and I'll be seeing ya.